Moving on to our next speaker, which is Dr. Kannan Gireesh, founder, Live Life Education. Dr. Gireesh is an established psychiatrist and founder CEO of Live Life Education Private Limited with an illustrious career in neuroscience and psychiatry. Dr. Gireesh is internationally acclaimed for his pioneering work on behavioral disorders in children. He founded Live Life Education to provide a healthy, happy and successful future for the youth of India, thus contributing to national development. Having started with just one child in his clinic, Dr. Gireesh has helped transform the lives of 57,000 youths nationwide. Dr. Gireesh currently serves on the advisory board of several nationally reputed universities and works closely with the government to develop innovative models for empowering the country's youth through transformative education. With a huge round of applause, let's welcome Dr. Kannan Gireesh. Over to you, sir.
Check, yeah. Good afternoon, everyone. All didn't have lunch, I can get that. So let's have a louder good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. So I'm Dr. Kannan Gireesh. I'm a psychiatrist, psychotherapist, and counselor, and I'm the founder of this organization called Live Life Education. Yeah. So before I start, how many of you remember the Ramayana and Mahabharata TV when you actually saw it when you were small? How many of you remember that? Come on, everybody. How many of you remember that? Very good. What time was it? What time? Very good. 9 o'clock on Saturday. How many of you remember the Doordarshan symbol? Everybody. And how many of you lived in this wonderful time where you'll be watching TV and suddenly white lines will come and then somebody will go and change the aerial and everything will disappear and we'll start sharing about it? Yes or no? Those were nostalgic times. Those were times we had enjoyed. We loved those memories. Yes or no? Today, you'll be surprised, any given child has close to 2 million channels on their YouTube right there at their display. Doesn't matter what it is. And as a psychiatrist, I was seeing more and more parents coming to me with issues. One parent brought a child to me in my clinic that changed my life. The main complaint was, whichever marriage he goes, he pulls everybody's dhoti down. So the father was very scared. I wrote attention deficit hyperactive disorder because that's what I studied. And I told the mother, this is the medicines, bring him back next week. When the mother got up to leave, the child that was hyperactive silently went to his mother and sat quietly. He looked at his mother in the eye and said a statement that to this day pinches me in my heart. He said, "Ma, I am not doing this wantedly. Something in my head is going on running. You will not hate me, no, Ma. I really love you a lot, Ma," he said. I really felt for the child. Child never got a chance to be who he wanted to be. Promised the mother, "Ma'am, come back next week. I'll see as a psychiatrist what I can do to make him better." She didn't come back. 6 months later, I see the mom in the gynecology OPD. I ask her, "Ma'am, where's your son? You said your son will come." She said the day she saw me, the next day principal called and gave the boy TC. Father came in a fit of rage, took his belt and hit the boy 10 to 15 times. Smilingly, he got the hit and told his father, "Everybody hates me in the world, Dad, only you didn't hate me. Now you also hate me, no, Dad." The dad felt very bad and hugged him. "It's okay, Dad, can I go play?" he asked. The father said, "Apparently, go play." Ran to the 4th floor, got on top of the terrace parapet wall, jumped head down. Head of this boy hit the ground, split into two. They got the body only from the neck downwards. This death really shook me from within. That child should have lived. That child should have had a chance to know why he was born. And that day, I made a decision in my life. No child should ever commit suicide in this world. And it was with that interest I started this organization called Live Life Education. Started with one student in my clinic. By grace of God, we have done our programs today to more than 4 lakh students across India today. And in 2017, I was honored with the Award of Excellence from the Honorable President of India for my work in the area of adolescent depression. It's a small part of my journey of what I do. Do you all agree today's children have a lot of burden, yes or no? One of the things that I've always saw is digital. Whether you like it or not, this is something we all have to live with, yes or no? And AI is bringing a lot of changes. Look at a job that was required many decades ago for Ford. Look at a job that's required today. Can you see how much has changed right now? And something that very beautifully Forbes said is the top 10 skills required for the next 10 years. And watch, academics is only in the top 2 skills. Can you all see that? Rest of the 8 skills, what they are saying, are all got to do with leadership, values, and character. And that's where I always believe all learning is social and all learning is emotional. Let me ask you, how many of you remember a teacher in your school you really loved and used to wait for that teacher's class? How many of you had a teacher like that? Come on, show of hands. Okay, many of you. Put your hands down. And how many of you had a teacher you prayed to all gods on planet Earth should be absent the next day? Welcome to Indian education. Most of us learn a subject based on that, and most of us hate a subject also based on that. And that's where I say the starting and ending point of any education is the teacher. And I think all of us are teachers first. Yes or no? Come on, everybody, give yourself a round of applause. All of us are teachers first. And that's how it starts. And I wanted to see how we can bring this culture as a change in a school. And that's where I traveled around the world, and this school fascinated me. This is the principal, director, and the teachers of the school welcoming me in that school. Every child in this school was treated as a leader. They were treated as an adult. They were using principles and values while they were speaking. And this was the woman, the principal, who transformed the school. With a shutting down orders with 40 kids, she attends a program of Stephen Covey called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, comes back, teaches her teachers, teachers teach the children, children teaches the parents, and this program goes on to, the school goes on to have 800 children and becomes a 2-time magnet school in the US. And what I saw was fascinating. Every child was greeted as an adult. Every child knew every area of the school. Every corner of the school spoke about leadership and values. And these were the children of the welcome committee. They knew my name. They knew my daughter's name, which school my daughter studied, and had got a gift for her. And I asked her, how was that possible? We Googled, researched you, doc. And I told them, I didn't tell Google what my daughter likes. And then they said that they got to know about my social media profile, looked who are the common friends, who their parents had a common friend with. They contacted the list of common friends, and one of them happened to be my best friend. And that was kind of proactivity that these children showed. Trust, I truly believe, is the essence of 21st century. Let's do this with an activity. All of you take your left hand out. Left hand out, left hand out. Come on, come on, come on, left hand out. Many people don't know left hand, I think. This one, left hand. Left hand, left hand. Yes, left hand. Right hand up, right hand up. Say hi. Louder, say hi. All right. So I'll say 1, 2, 3, and we both are going to hit it together in one go after I say 3. Only after I say 3. Okay, ready? Ready? In one stroke. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Come on, one stroke. Yeah, some people are so lazy. Come on, one stroke, one stroke. Come on, everyone. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Come on, last time. Together, all of us, one stroke. Ready? 1, 2. I never said 3. Children do what they see and not what they are told most of the time. And that's where building trust is truly, truly important if we want to make any transformation in children. Do you all agree with that? Yes or no? And that was my aha moment. When I saw how children were building trust in the classroom, I truly believed this kind of education system should come into India. So I took up this education in India in 2017. I adapted the curriculum to Indian context with Indian stories. Started with one school in 2017. Today I work with more than 134 schools across India today. So what do? We work with, I travel around the world. This is in Japan. This is our work in Japan. Then I travel to Brazil. This is our work in Brazil. Then that is Bangkok, where we actually work with a lot of schools there. Cambodia is another place. And we took all of this, along with Stephen Covey's curriculum, and adapted it to Indian context. So now let me ask you, how many of you know the 7 habits? Okay. How many of you don't know the 7 habits? And how many of you will not raise your hand irrespective of what question I ask? Welcome to India. So let's do this with an activity. Okay, all of you, please stand up. Up. Up, 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 up. Some people are stuck with Fevicol, I think. Up, 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 up. Okay? So now we'll do it together. All right? So I will do an action and you'll have to follow me with the same energy. Ready? Habit 1. Energy. Come on. Habit 1. Be proactive. I am in charge. Louder. I am in charge of my life. My life. My happiness. None of your business. That's the first habit. Second, habit 2. Louder, louder. Habit 2. Begin with the end in mind. Know the end and act accordingly. Habit 3. Put first things first. Again, put first things first. Focus on your highest priority. Habit 4. Think win-win. Shake the hip. Ready? Think win-win. I win. You win. Together, we win. Habit 5. Louder, habit 5. Seek first to understand and then be understood. Listen first, then speak. Now louder. In India, we speak first, we speak second, we keep on speaking till the person runs away. The next one, habit 6. Synergize. Let's do it. Synergize. Together, we can do more. And habit 7 is sharpen the saw. Balance, body, mind, heart, and spirit. Thank you. Let's give a round of applause to all of you. Please take your seat. So these are the 7 habits. I'll go quickly. Look at the habit. Do you all agree today laziness is a very big part of children today? Yes or no? And these are real case studies given by children. Anger outbursts. How many of you agree that anger is a very big emotion with many of the children? And beautifully, we do this in habit 1, proactive, where we talk about stimulus and response and how children can change that with a proactive behavior. That is what we call the freedom to choose. How many of you agree? Begin with the end in mind. Many children have no end in mind today. Yes or no? Vision, commitment, and purpose. That is what we call as begin with the end in mind. And I always say this, when children have clarity of why I'm coming to school, the way they study is also different. The third thing, if you look at most of the problems that children have written to us, end in mind is a very, very serious issue that they face. The third thing is put first things first. And I always say this, time management is a big problem with many of our kids. Yes or no? They don't know what is important, when it is important. 1 week before the exam, they will not even touch the book. 1 day before the exam, the way they study, we will think like this, if he would have studied 10 days back, somewhere he would have got. And that's why we call as, yes, almost. And the last one that we do is something very close to my heart, is the habit number 4, which is what we call as the big rock concept. We teach children to identify the big rocks and identify and how they can solve it. Next very important part today, I see a lot among children is body shaming. Do you all agree on that? Yes or no? On color, on texture, on hair, on all of this, they start making fun of each other. Unfortunately, stand-up comedy is encouraging all of that. The next thing that we do a lot is we start working with the teachers. And I always believe that when teachers transform, that is where transformation will last. Yes or no? That's why our program works only with the teachers. We work predominantly with the teachers, and through the teachers, we inspire them to take it to the children. Last, I would also say, how many of you agree today, children don't listen much to anybody today? They have their own self, they have their own views. I'll show you this with a classic example of this girl. She's a girl who got 98%, 96%. Look at the letter she has written. I tried to commit suicide like 2 times. But when I did it, talked about it to my friends, all my friends made fun of me. And watch, when she was speaking to us during our program, she had 312 cut injuries on her body. Class topper. 312. Every time she had a problem, she takes a blade and cuts herself. Seeing the blood, she feels very good about herself. Many children are fighting a lonely battle, yes or no? academic excellence does not mean they are okay with life. I think that's something all of us understand right now. Yes or no? So the last part, I'd like to end with a thing on suicide. You'll be surprised. Walk to any 12th standard. Bring the girls together in a room. Ask them to tie their eyes. And ask them genuinely, how many of you thought of ending your life in the last 6 months? Raise your hand. And you'll be surprised, 50% will raise their hand. Because many children are grappling with the idea, why am I doing the what am I doing? Last, I will end with this beautiful video where I'm going to talk about how the habits are making an impact in children's life. Yeah? So, yeah, let's play the video. Yeah, that video.
That leader in me is a very important subject when it
Now
comes
watch
to
the habits,
shaping
how
the
they are
character
saved.
of our generation. It helps us know that we are in charge of our own lives and must not blame anything on any other factor.
It has helped me to be more kind, curious, and responsible, helpful to everyone around me.
One of my favorite habits in the 7 is seek first to understand, then to be understood. I have learned to listen to other people's opinions and see from their view.
Think win-win, the 4th habit of the Limb Tree. It's about, you should not only think that you should only win, you should always think that you and your partner both can win. It's not about losing or winning, it's about teamwork and it's about you both winning.
Sharpen the saw is the key to make myself happy. I discovered about new things like dance, cooking, designing, gaming, craft works to sharpen my mind. It lets us have a positive outlook towards life. Because life is beautiful and we should be grateful for every single second of it.
And every nuances of this program is so wonderfully designed by Dr. Kannan and his team. And this program is not a subject, it is a program for life.
It had created a value system automatically, voluntarily it has come.
The Leader in Me program that has come through Live Life Education and Dr. Kannan Gireesh will be taken up by many schools.
We owe a lot to the Live Life Education for making our campus become more responsible, more caring and more sharing.
We also recommend that the school education department will take this program and give for the entire nation.
For many more years, I definitely wish that this program becomes an integral part in every school curriculum so that it spreads its wings across in India and abroad.
We work with acid attack victims, we work with women, we work with women entrepreneurs, and we also work with places of underprivileged areas like Jammu and Kashmir, areas where nobody has even gone to. These are areas that we go do our work. If you ask me, what is that one thing, Kannan, that is so fascinating about the work you do? I think it's fulfillment. It's just the fulfillment of who you are and what you can do in this planet in this short time that you're there in this planet.
Thank you. So we work predominantly with all areas of children, starting with the teachers, building the culture, building the emotion, starting as a curriculum, and building trust inside all of the children. So that's what we actually do, and we integrate it into the different subjects, and then it's all teacher-driven, so the teachers are the ones who transform. In fact, you talk to any of our schools, our teachers are our biggest fans of our program inside of that school. Last, I'd like to end with a small story. This boy was standing for an elocution competition and he wanted to make a speech. He said good morning and ran to the toilet. The principal also ran with him because the principal thought he's going to jump from the floor. So the principal goes to the toilet and knocks on the toilet door. The boy is not coming out. The class teacher also is running and knocking on the toilet door. The boy is not coming out. Then finally the principal said, either you come out and speak on the stage or this program is cancelled for everybody. So this boy had no choice but to come out. And then the principal looked straight into his eyes and said, I believe in you that you are capable enough to deliver that speech. Come with me. Took the boy straight, made him on the stage and made him complete that speech. He didn't win a prize that day, but that trust the principal had on that boy changed that boy's life. That boy is none other than me. If not for Father Anthony, called a principal, if not for Sylvia Walters, called a class teacher, who believed in the potential of who I am at that age, I wouldn't be standing here. And I tell you, there are many Kannans sitting in all your schools out there. Yes or no? All that they require is for someone to believe in their ability, someone to believe in them and make them nurture and come out. So if you feel that this is something that's required for your school, please do connect with us. Thank you all and God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Kannan Gireesh. I would request Dr. Kannan Gireesh to kindly remain with us on stage.